Good morning. Happy Wednesday. Thank you so much for spending a part of your day with me this morning. I am Julie with Creations by Julie. Hopefully Ed's not making you drunk. He's behind the camera. We always have to do that little bit of adjusting after we go live. Okay, today I'm going to show you how to make some very simple, very easy gnomes with socks. This craft is so simple that you could do it with your kids. It's a great craft for kids.
Donna Smith said good morning.
Good morning, Donna. I saw where you've already done your walking this morning. Thank you for being here. When you hop on, say hi, tell us who you are, where you're from. If you are new to my page, be sure and like and follow me so that you can catch it every Wednesday. We try to do something new every Wednesday, which is why I call it Whatever Wednesday. And Ed's going to try to catch the comments, but I do go back after the live and read the comments and welcome you and answer any question that you have. It doesn't necessarily have to be about the craft we're doing today. If you want to ask a question, ask away, because I do go back and read all of them. I would appreciate it if you would share this video to your page.
Kathy Noncard from Pennsylvania.
Oh, cool.
Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh. Okay.
Jeannie's on
Hi, Jeannie. Jeannie's making some very cute gnomes too. Now, the gnomes are something that there's so many different ways to do them. And remember, crafting is fun. Crafting is just your individual creativity. I'm just going to show you the way I like to do it. Doesn't mean this is the only way to do it. You can get on YouTube and find a lot of different gnomes. I did one actually playing around with like a glass jar. And I decided I didn't particularly like that one because for it to stand upright, it almost had to be at the edge of the table for the beard.
Kaylee Hollifield said good morning.
Good morning, Kaylee.
And so did Karen Boyd Hunter.
Oh, hey, Karen, your package should be on its way. Anyway, the glass one, I just felt wasn't safe because you had to put it close to the edge of your mantle or your shelf. So I came up with a different thing. But anyway, like and share this to your page. I can say that because we're not giving away anything today. If you see where people say, I sprinkled, that just means they shared it. Facebook does not like you to use that word if you're having a giveaway. I guess they feel like it's manipulative that you're trying to get people to push your page. But the thing is, Facebook, the more you comment on any of my posts on my page, the more comments, the more interaction I get, the more Facebook will show my posts to people. I may have 6,000 followers, which I think it's 6,012 or something like that. But when I post something on Facebook, they decide who they're going to show it to, and out of that 6,000 people, maybe 60 will see it, and that's it. But the more interaction you get, so I just appreciate any comment you make, hearts, share. You know, the thing about sharing is you can always go back and find it easy on your page. My page, you have to scroll down to find the particular craft that you're looking for. I also try to upload all my videos to YouTube. So you could search for my name in YouTube and see the videos. The thing about it is you're not going to find anybody else with my name, so it's pretty easy to find. But anyway, welcome and thanks for being here. Let me go over a few things you're going to need. And a lot of it will depend on...
Kathy said they're cute.
Oh, thanks, Kathy. A lot of it will depend on what you plan to do with your gnome, how you want to embellish it. Today we're going to do the little Santa gnome. So that's the supplies I'm going to show you. Okay, first these are made with socks, so you're going to need
Kaylee,
a pair of socks.
Likes your shirt.
Oh, thanks, Kaylee. I think I got it at Canton. I bought several of shop.
She said good morning, it must be it.
Okay, Kaylee's one of my babies from years and years ago, and she has 2 babies of her own now. Really makes me feel old, but it's been so nice to watch them grow. But anyway, you're going to need 2 pair of like fuzzy socks. You can mix and match them, like this is 2 different colors, a gray sock and then this sock. Since we're doing the Santa and I want it to look like a Santa outfit, we're doing red. The red's kind of hard to find. I'm not sure if I found these at Walmart or Dollar Tree.
Kayla said not a day over 30.
Okay, you're going to need 2 of those. You're going to need a white sock. I just bought a pack of kids' white socks from Dollar Tree. You're going to need some of these little bitty white rubber bands. They came from the Dollar Tree, and they're just the little hair bow bands. They're just sturdy and they're clear. I also, because these will disintegrate after a time, I also use twine for that. You're going to need these little balls. They have a flat end for his nose, and they're like $2.49 at Hobby Lobby, and they are 1-inch balls. Okay, you're going to need some fake fur. Now, usually you can get this at Hobby Lobby. It's a sheet this big. I've used this for one gnome. It's back with the felt and stuff. They did not have any white, and I knew I was going to make several Santas, so I actually got on Amazon and ordered like a half yard of this. It's a little different, and I like the stuff from Hobby Lobby better. It seems thicker, but that's what we're going to use today. Okay, you're going to need a bag of lentils, rice, or this is actually green peas, but you want something real small. We're not going to open it. That's what makes this so simple. You can use for kids. A lot of people will take just plain old rice, and if you're going to make a lot of them and you want to save some money, but now this was under $1, 78 cents, 80 cents, something like that. And I just found it so easy to work with. But a lot of people will fill their initial sock with rice, and that's fine and good. I just wanted to keep it simple. Then since I'm doing the Santa, I wanted the little band for his hat. So this is actually some sort of, I don't know if you call this, what's the stuff, Ed?
Felt.
No. Anyway, it's like a cloth. And I think 2 of them came microfiber or something. Shimmy. It came from the Dollar Tree, and I think I got 2 of them for $1. But that's what I used for the part of his cap. Since I'm doing a Santa, I need black ribbon to kind of add a little belt. And then depending on what you're going to do for embellishments, like this one, I just took a little snowflake and put up there. You could embellish them any way you want to. Santa, you could actually take a little piece of holly, put on his hat if you want to. I didn't, I just kept it simple. So I bought these, Santa. I bought these pom-pom garland at Hobby Lobby. It was like $3.99, but there again, I don't buy anything from Hobby Lobby unless it's on sale. So it was like $1.50 for all this pom-pom. Okay, of course you're gonna need a glue gun. To cut your fur, you need an X-Acto knife. If you try to cut your fur with scissors, you're going to cut off part of the fur that needs to hang down. So the best way to do that is just figure out how much you need, take your X-Acto knife, and just cut the backing, and then take it off. So you're going to need scissors, glue. Okay, let's get started. Let me show you how simple and easy this is. I'm going to go ahead and get two of these little bitty rubber bands out here. I mean, I never will use all these little rubber bands. Okay, let's cut our socks. Try not to get a hole in the sock. Okay, the first thing you're going to do is take your rice, your lentils, whatever, and we're going to put the sock. We'll put them in the sock. This way you don't have loose rice. There's no way for it to come apart. If you use a man sock, it goes in a lot better, but these are fine. So you're just going to put that in the sock and pull it up. And this is going to be the body. And you know with these gnomes, when they're filled with stuff like that, to get them to set up, you just kind of have to pop them down a little bit to give a flat bottom. So we're going to take the top and close it up. And we're going to use one of these rubber bands. Put it around 2 or 3 times. And like I said, it very well could disintegrate, so I'm just going to add a little bit of, you could use ribbon instead of twine. But I just tighten a knot and cut off the extra twine, or it's not going to be seen. And then you see you've got your stuffings nice and compact in there. Okay, now I'm going to put him down, and I'm going to flatten him out a little bit and kind of decide where I want his nose. Some people try to get the whole thing of rice. I don't. I just take enough of the sock and pull it up. Let's see how long my beard is. That'll be good. And I just pull it up. Purpose for this is to help your nose sit on there a little better, stick out a little further, and give it really something to glue to. You don't see this once you get your gnome done. So I'm just going to put that on there. Flatten it out a little bit, just to give something better for your nose. And there again, I'm gonna use a little bit of twine, just in case the rubber band breaks. And over time, it probably will. So I'm gonna put it up to the top so it's covered with the hat. And clip it off. Okay, so right now he's kind of a funny looking gnome, but all this will be hid. Okay. All right, I'm gonna take, kind of make it a little flat. Then I'm gonna put a good bit of glue on the flat part for his nose. And just put it on your little thing there and hold it for just a few minutes.
Kaylee says she thinks Straley and I will make these the next weekend. I'm off.
Yeah, they're so simple. And like I said, it's the same thing until you get ready to embellish it. And then you do whatever you want to. But whatever you're doing, you start out the same way. And, you know, I just liked this better than measuring the rice and then having to get a funnel and pour the rice in the sock. Now, if you wanted a larger or a fatter gnome, that's what you would have to do. You'd have to use bigger socks than this white one, and you could fill it with as much rice as you wanted to. But I just thought for kids, and this just makes it so simple. Okay, then you're going to take one of your socks, and I usually try to always put the heel in the back. You're going to put it over at the bottom. Pull it all the way up, like that. And then what I do, since this is kind of a big sock, it's a lady's sock, I think, I just kind of take, and of course not so much right there, and I just kind of fold it under.
Karen said they're adorable.
Thanks, Karen. I just kind of fold it under a little bit, you see? You wouldn't have to glue that, but I usually put a little bit of glue there. Make sure it's gonna stay. Put a little bit of glue there at the top. Kind of looks like a baby wrapped up, doesn't it? In those swaddle things. Okay. Now is when you would take your fur, cut it. I already cut this off. It may be wider than I want it. And I will tell you, this particular stuff sheds like crazy once you start cutting it. So I want it about that wide. So while that's drying, I'm going to take my X-Acto knife up and get it back together without cutting myself. I guess I didn't tighten it tight enough. So you just figure out the size you want the beard. It's just up to you. And you're just gonna cut this backing with the X-Acto knife in the shape you want it. And I think I want to come down. This is probably the most time consuming. And I have cut my finger a time or two. I did this morning put my gnomes on my Etsy shop. I put the link at the top. I think I've made 5 in different colors and stuff. Okay. So you'll see what I mean about this stuff shedding. Because the stuff right on the edge. Okay, then what I'm going to do, put the lid back on that. I'm going to cut a little slit where I want it to kind of go up around his nose. Because I want it to kind of fit around his nose like this. Okay, then you're just going to put a little glue at the bottom of his nose and up at the top. Both sides. And you see, I mean, he doesn't like much being done, and it doesn't take long at all. We probably can take a little bit of that when we're done and kind of make it like a mustache too. Okay, let's make sure the edges are glued. That one's not. I do have the little finger protector things, but I didn't bring them out here. Oops. Okay. Then
Sandy Luster, Germany.
hi, Sandy. Okay, then you're going to make his hat. And there, if you wanted, I think I folded it up a little bit. I'm not remember. If you wanted it like up, like this one, then you would take a little of the polyfill and put in it. I think I have enough here that I'm not going to need to do that. So you're going to put.
Sandy says hi, y'all.
So see, he's going to be very protected, whatever it is you use for a filling, because you've got like what, 1, 2, counting the plastic from the beans or the whatever you use, the lentils or rice. You've got that plastic covering, and then you've got a white sock, and then you've got this sock, and then you've got this sock. This one you want to bring it down, but now I am going to put a thing on it, so let's do that before I have to decide if I'm going to. I don't think I'm going to put any filling in his, because I just want his to hang over like that. So since I know I'm not going to put any filling, I'm just going to put a little glue here. Glue this sock down. He probably would stay if you didn't glue it. I'm going to pull the back down. Just put a little bit of glue there. All right, I need to, you wouldn't have to do this next step if you don't want a band around his hat. So I'm going to cut some of this. going to cut it wide enough that I can fold a little bit of it down. Doesn't have to be straight. And you could glue it down if you wanted to, but I'm just going to fold it. And I kind of want it to go on top of his nose a little bit. So I'm going to run my glue right along the top of his nose and to the side. I need more glue. Just to put this band on his hat. I mean, I like this particular fur, but boy, I think I like what comes from Hobby Lobby better.
Joanne looks for it.
Okay, let's get this around here. Turn him over. Decide what end you want overlapping. Some glue back here around the bottom of that last sock that we put down. I'm going to put a little bit, some of that black ribbon just to kind of, you won't see it from the front, but you would see it from the back, just to kind of make it look like he's got a belt. And I'm going to try to do it without burning myself. I'm just going to hold him for a second. You know, you could have stuffed him and had his hat going straight up. Okay, let's put a little, what did I do with my ribbon? There it is. And I'm gonna like glue it here in the front, because you'll not be able to see it, and that'll glue his beard down just a little bit too. I'm gonna try not to do it too tight. And we'll put just a tad of glue here in the back to hold it. I think this is 7/8 inch ribbon. You wouldn't have to do this, but there again, since he's a Santa, if you're getting glue on his nose, you can just pull it off. You don't want, you could put a little rouge and give him a red nose. Like I said, you could put some holly there. I just like keeping mine simple, so all I'm going to do is figure out. I kind of try to, you see how the heel is here? I just kind of tuck it in a little bit. And I'm going to make him a, so I need another rubber band. And the pom-pom balls I had that I used on my big Santas was way too big, and I couldn't find the little ones like I wanted. So like this one, I just put 3 of them on there.
Set him out.
Well, this one's gonna look a lot like the same thing. Just gonna have different pom-pom balls. Okay, and I'm gonna do the same thing with a little bit of jute there. You can use white ribbon, you could use red ribbon. You wouldn't have to use a sock. I've done a couple with a sock on the bottom, 2 socks actually, you know, the one up with your rice in it. And then I used material and cut material to make a hat. So, it's where you just get creative. I've done one, I believe, in the black and white buffalo check. I don't think I've done one with the red and black. I did a teal one, that's always a popular color. Okay, get our beans. I could have cut his beard a little shorter, but that's okay. So you just kind of want it. You could glue this down if you wanted to. All right, let's see. I'm going to do 3 pom-poms to make it big enough. Glue those together a little bit. And that's all I'm going to decorate him with. I like to keep the Santas simple. And like I said, once you get it made, it's just up to you to embellish it the way you want. Use your imagination. They have really cute little red Christmas trucks or all kinds of things. I really like the snowflakes for them. And, you know, this is the only one I think I've made that is basically Christmas. Gnomes could be used year-round, and all the rest of them. Now, this one's more winter, I guess, because of the snowflake. But, I mean, you can use him year-round. Okay, and I want to turn my jute to the front so I can glue right on top of that knot. And that's what I'm going to do. Put a good bit of glue right there. And my Santa hat has got a little glue on it.
Judy Smith said they're so stinking cute. I love them. I came in late. I live in Tampa, so I had to watch the news for weather.
Oh, yeah, y'all got that storm coming, I guess. Well, you can always go back and watch the replay to see the materials we used. And thank you for joining. Okay. I'll decide later if I want to glue him down, the hat down. But remember, I mean, you got to be a little rough with them sometimes to start with to get them to sit. But really and truly, that's all I'm going to do to him. So there you have the little Santa. Like I said, you can use, it's the basic formula for all of it. You just pick out the socks that you want and how you want to embellish them. You can put the filling in it to where they sit. And I can't tell you if I had rice, I had lentils, I had whatever we could pick up that was under $1. So some of them have rice, some of them have the green beans, the peas that are little, and some of them have lentils, which I didn't even know what lentils was, but anyway.
Kelly wants to know how you got the winter wide gnome hat to stand up.
I put polyfill. I put polyfill in it. He's full of polyfill. Once you put that sock on, See, there's the heel to the sock. So once you get the sock on, go ahead and glue it here in the front, and then from the back, push your polyfill up there as much as you want. I could have made it more, but that's how I got the hat to stand up straight. Okay, any more questions? Because we're done. I mean, that was quick, about 30 minutes. But I mean, this, like I said, is an awesome project to do with kids. You just need to make sure you cut out the beard because you need to use an X-Acto knife. But other than that, you know, a little bit of hot glue is something kids would have a good time doing, and then decorating them any way they want to decorate it. Like I said, you can find all kinds of socks now. The fuzzy socks are everywhere, but that's all you need. So thank you for joining me. Next week we're going to stick with the gnomes, but I'm going to show you how to make 3 different sizes of Santa. Well, no, one of them won't be a Santa, but there'll be gnomes using a mop head. So it won't be the fur and stuff. We're going to use a mop head, and I've got 3 different ones, 3 different sizes to show you. So that's what we're going to be doing next Wednesday. So y'all have a great day. Happy Veterans Day. We're having beautiful weather here, so y'all get out and enjoy the weather and get some vitamin D. And I will see y'all next Wednesday at 11. Thanks. Bye.